right, good day, guys. Hope you're well. Thank you for clicking on this link. We sent it out to different WhatsApp groups and different platforms, and it's a new platform which we call the OHS Hub, where it's a platform where we discuss on issues to do with occupational health and safety. Thank you so much. My name is jasperndebele. I'm a health and safety practitioner. I'm a health and safety specialist, I like to believe, and I've been doing health and safety for the past 15 to 17 years or so. And I just thought to start this platform where we'll come and just discuss on different issues to do with health and safety. And the main premise and the main idea is to help different practitioners in the field of health and safety become health and safety specialists. Now, this thing of being a specialist or being an expert in health and safety is not for a selected few, or at least I don't want it to be for a selected few. I want you to be a specialist. I want you to be an expert. I want you to be the best you can possibly be in the field of health and safety. And so this is the platform where we'll be sharing different information with regards to health and safety to help us grow, to help us mature, to help us do well in the field of health and safety. The basic idea is I want you and I to grow to a certain point that there will be no question which will be asked with regards to health and safety where you will not be able to give at least an intelligent answer. You say, I do lots of health and safety training almost every week. I do lots of trainings for health and safety. And I'm at a point whereby there's no question really where someone can ask a question and I have no clue really what to say or how to respond. I will be able to at least give an intelligent answer, a logical answer with a certain level of legal reference. So I want that for you. I want that for all of us, especially for those practitioners who are still starting in the field of health and safety. I want that for all of us so that we can do better and better. So this is the first of many installments. Want to do quite a lot of these videos. You will never exhaust the topic or the concept of health and safety. So we'll keep on sharing probably 2 episodes at a time, dropping 2 episodes at a time of different topics. I hope that I'll be dropping maybe twice in a week, and hopefully with time get other people to participate, do discussions, do different things just to help us mature and do well in the field of health and safety. So please go ahead and like and subscribe and share this video in many platforms as you can, on the different WhatsApp groups which you participate in, so that we can best be sharing information and grow. Please leave comments on the comment section if ever there are topics you want us to discuss, if ever there are corrections. I may make mistakes on certain things. Please feel free to correct me so that we can be better and better. I'm learning, you're learning, we help each other learn, and that's important and that's very, very critical. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let's jump on to the first episode. Now, the first episode which we're looking at today, I want us to look at the Occupational Health and Safety Act. And since this is the first episode, I want us to go and look at Section 1 of the OHS Act. Section 1 of the OHS Act. Now, Section 1 of the OHS Act speaks of definitions. Now, as a health and safety practitioner, it's important to understand that all laws in South Africa generally start with Section 1, and the Section 1 is generally definitions. Very, very critical thing to understand. And I want you to understand this as a health and safety specialist. I'll refer you as a health and safety specialist because the fact that you clicked on this shows that you have the maturity to want to learn, to grow, and that's how specialists think. That's how experts think. And throughout here, I want you to be a specialist. I want to be a specialist, so I'll refer you to as a specialist. You must have that mindset to say that, listen, I'm the best at what I do. And that's what I want you to be like. I want you to have the mentality to say that when it comes to health and safety, I'm the best at what I do. And that's what I will refer you to. So as a specialist, one of the first things you need to know is that laws in general in South Africa, they start off with Section 1, and Section 1 is definitions. Now, it's important to understand, colleagues, that words are defined differently in the Health and Safety Act or in any act, and they are defined differently from the way we use them in the day-to-day use of the language. Now, the way you use those certain words in the English language is different from the way those words may be defined in the Health and Safety Act. The way you use certain words in the day-to-day use of a particular word or particular thought is different from the way that thought is used or is explained in the Health and Safety Act. So that is why it's critical that every law, every legislation, it starts off with a section 1 which looks at the definitions so that you may have a clear understanding of how that word is defined. Now this is important because it has an implication on legal liability. This is to say that if you do not define a word correctly, you might find yourself in legal liability because you think you are right, you think you're on the right side of things, but you might not be, because that's not what that word actually means. And that's very, very important. That is why I have started with section 1 to exploit this, to explore this, and make you conversant with this so that you are on the right side of things. I'll share with you just different definitions from the Act, and you'll be able to see them. I'll be reading from the Act here. You can be able just to check on them. If you have your Act, get your Act, pause there, get your Act, go to section 1 of your Occupational Health and Safety Act and check on it right now as we go through to it together so that we are on the same page. Let's look at several words which are defined in the OHS Act. Let me start off with the word, for instance, what is a premise? You know, premises. Premises are buildings. Premises that's what premises are. We refer to premises as buildings. But let's look at what the Act says when it talks about premises. When you go to section 1 of the Act and you go to letter P under premises, it says a premise includes any building, so that's fine. We all agree. Premises are building. But it doesn't stop there. It says it includes buildings, it includes vehicles, it includes trains, it includes aircrafts. All of those are premises. So a premise is not just a physical structure built of brick and mortar, or mortar rather. No, it's not. Premises also include vehicles, company cars. Company cars are also referred to as what? As premises. Now, if you have often wondered why companies will say that you are not permitted, the code of conduct of a company says you are not permitted to give someone who's hiking a lift. You are not permitted to carry a member of the public inside a company vehicle. Why? It's coming from this definition, which says a premise is also a vehicle, or a vehicle is referred to as company premises. So when you're driving using a company vehicle, and someone waves you down at outfit, awusize cela ushiye kuphi kuphi ngimashop nge-KFC ufuna uyothenga lunch, I want to buy lunch, but lakureka lunch kutsori kitlala klapila. I don't know which kulapa. Lapile means the tired in some group, others is hunger, whichever, but we're talking about the hunger one. You know, someone says, hey, kilapile but kupa undrope mo kulenda, you know. The moment that person enters the company vehicle, they have not just entered a vehicle. According to the definition in our OHS Act, they've entered company premises. If anything happens to them while they are inside that vehicle, it's an incident which has happened inside what? Company premises. That is why they will then say, no, don't give anyone a lift. Don't allow anyone to hitchhike. Why? Because once they are inside our premises, then they are our responsibility. And that's very, very critical. So it's important to understand. I said definitions have an implication on liability. Here it is. To say that when someone collapses, when someone dies inside a company vehicle, when an accident happens and they die inside the vehicle, the case won't be just a case of someone died in a company vehicle, but it will be they died inside the company premises. It will be as if they died inside the boardroom of the organization because they were inside what? The company premises. That is why definitions are important. I don't know, do you get that, specialist? Do you get that, my leader, how it works? So that is why definitions are important, because they sometimes go contrary to how we use words in our day-to-day language. Let me give you another one. Look at a building. Go to your Act. A building says, number one, a building includes several things. But the first thing it says, a building is any structure attached to the soil. That's a building. Any structure attached to the what? To the soil. So a building doesn't have to be a magnanimous structure, a proper structure with foundation, bricks, mortar, cement, plastering, electricity. As long as it is a structure attached to the soil, it is a what? It is a building. I was at one of my client sites just a few weeks ago, and I was helping them out with ISO 45000. And one of their policies as an organization is that no, all buildings must have what? Fire extinguishers. And I gave them a finding, well, something to think about. I said, guys, I just parked my vehicle there this morning when I was coming for the audit, but I didn't see any fire extinguishers there at the what? At those buildings. I said buildings. They were like, what do you mean buildings? Which buildings? We have fire extinguishers in all our buildings. I said that the carports. They say that no, but that's not a building per se. Those are carports. And I was saying that, look at your act. I was talking to the safety officer. I said, look at your act. What does the Act define as a building? And the Act defines any structure attached to the soil as a building. A carport is a structure whose foundation is attached to the soil. Ergo, it makes it a what? A building. So I was telling them that next time when I come, can I see fire extinguishers for every 50 meters of your nice, beautiful carport? So that if anything happens with my engine when I start it, you remember a few years ago with the Ford Cougars which were exploding and catching fires. So I was telling them, so that in the event that some vehicle catches fire, there are fire extinguishers close around to those carports where we can go and extinguish the fire. Why? Because the carports, they are also defined as a building. Yeah? That's definitions. That's section 1. Look at the word healthy. Healthy in the OHS Act refers to a state of being free from any illness or disease attributable to occupational causes. That's what the Act says. Now even know these things by heart, these definitions by heart. Yeah, it's free from any illness or disease attributable, which can be sent to or attributed to occupational causes. In other words, in the OHS Act, as long as someone can come to work in the morning with a broken knee, broken leg, maybe we put a Thursday, they tripped and fell, they broke their arm, they broke their knee, and they are limping, they're on crutches. If they come to work like that, as long as that injury is not attributable to occupational causes, or it was not caused by the workplace or by what they do at the workplace, we regard that person as healthy, strong, fine, perfect. That's in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Now the Labor Relations Act may define it differently, and that's okay. But under the OHS Act, we define that person as healthy. So what I'm trying to do here, guys, is to give you that understanding of section 1 of the Act, that we need to understand words not according to the way we are taught at school, not according to the way we use them in the day-to-day use of the English language, but we use words according to the way they are defined in the Health and Safety Act. I'll give you homework. Go to the OHS Act. Look at the definition of an employee. What is an employee? What is defined as an employee? And I'll give you a clue. Look at the very last part of that definition. Remember, we're growing here. We're helping each other out. I'm not here just to spoon feed you, but want to help each other grow. I want to challenge your thinking a bit. Go and look at the definition of an employee and check out that definition. Especially the last part after OO. It says an employee is someone who is this. Someone is a person who is employed by an employer, or someone who works for an employer, someone who is entitled to receive a remuneration, and it says, or someone who is, then it gives you a certain word, which is a bit controversial and a bit tricky, which if you don't have that understanding, can get us into trouble as safety officers. Go and check it out. What is the definition of the employee according to the Act? Then if you want, come to the comment section, just post there what you noticed. If you didn't notice anything, just tell me on the comment section and I'll tell you what it is, and we'll just have a small discussion. Otherwise, guys, that's it. That's section 1 of the OHS Act. I thought let me share with you as we are on this OHS Hub where we discuss things to do with health and safety and where we help you to become the health and safety expert that you must be, so that you're able to get the most ideal jobs, the best jobs, and so that you can do well in life. That's my desire. I want you to do well. I want to do well. We can help each other do well, and that's what we want to do here in this platform. Please go ahead and share this video with others in the different Facebook groups you belong to, in the different platforms, WhatsApp groups you belong to. Please share it with friends, colleagues who are into health and safety, so that we all grow together. Please like, please subscribe, and let's help each other grow. I'll drop another one right now where I'll talk about the sign, enter at your own risk. It's an exciting one. If you ever gone to a company, or maybe at your company, there's a sign at the gate which says enter at your own risk. Is that a legal sign, or it's an illegal sign according to the Health and Safety Act? So I'll touch on that on the next episode, which will be episode 2. Otherwise, thanks very much, guys. Wishing you all the best, and I hope that you do well. Have a great day and stay blessed. Cheers. Bye-bye.